Hey guys, it's Mr. Harper Smith here. Today we're going to be talking about doing story problems with quadratic equations, all right? Sometimes it can be a little tricky. That's why I'm making a video on this one. So with this problem, it says when 4 is subtracted from the square of a number, when 4 is subtracted from the square of a number, so x squared, we're subtracting 4, the result is 3 times the number. So we've got the number. I used x for the number. So if it's 3 times the same number, that'd give me 3x. Oh, that's how we set it up. All right, but we got to figure out what the positive number is. Okay. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. That's going to leave me with 4x. Sorry, not 4x squared. What am I talking about? It's going to leave me x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 0. All right, what two numbers multiply to be -4, but add to be -3? Those would be -4 and +1. Now, the biggest mistake people make is they think, oh, it's +1. They put a 1 in there and they get it wrong. Why? Well, it's because that's not the answer. The solution is what x equals. So in this case, we have x needs to equal 4 or x equals -1. So the answer is actually 4. And we're actually solving. We're not just finding the factors. Let's try this one. We've got a rectangle. Ooh, I like these type of questions. We've got a rectangle. Okay. Bloop. We know a rectangle, we've got a length and we have a width. The width of a rectangle is the length minus 4. So width equals length minus 4. Okay. The area is 12 units squared. What is the width in units of the rectangle? What is the width? Well, okay, let's see here. We know that the width times the length is going to give me 12, right? Because width times length is your area. Well, let's see here. We know that the width is length minus 4. So I'm going to just replace that W with the length minus 4 times, make that a cursive L. L equals 12. And distribute my L. It's going to give me L squared minus 4L equals 12. I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. It's going to give me L squared minus 4L minus 12 equals 0. Let's see if we go through and factor this. What two numbers multiply to be -12? Add to be -4. That would be -6 and 2. Which means my two x values could be +6 or -2. Now, if we stop and think, the width of a rectangle isn't going to be negative. The width is going to be positive. So the -2 has no implication here. Okay, we don't care about the -2. The only number we care about is this +6. So if the length is 6, that means the width is 6 minus 4, which is 2. What's the width? 2. Let's try another problem. There you go. It's another rectangle problem. Pause it and try this one on your own. Okay, you should have the answer now. Here, I'm going to do it real quick, just because you should know how to do it. All right, so we've got the length, we have the width. We know the length is 2 more than the width. Okay, and the area is 63. I think you already know what the numbers are, but I'm going to do this anyway. Okay, so to find the area, we do length times width equals 63. We know that the length is really width plus 2. So we can solve if there's one variable. If there's two variables, we can't solve it. All right. I'm going to distribute that W. It's going to give me W squared plus 2W equals 63. And then minus 63 from both sides. It's going to be W squared plus 2W minus 63 equals 0. But two numbers multiply to be negative 63, but add to be 2. That'd be W minus 7 and W plus 9. So the width in this case, we could either have -9 or +7. I believe +7 is going to be the right answer. We got it. I'll give one kind of like that. Let's see if we can find a harder one. Rectangle, 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 rectangle. Ooh, this looks like an interesting one. Very wordy. Okay, we've got 3 times the number is 10 less. So that is a key word. That is means equals. So 3 times the number, 3x is 10 less than the square of a number. So a number squared, it's 10 less than that. So minus 10, find the positive solution. All right, well, I'm going to minus 3x from both sides. So 0 equals x squared minus 3x minus 10. What two numbers multiply to be -10 but add to be 3? Those numbers would be -5 and +2. Which means our answers are -2 and +5. Find the positive solution, 5. We did it. Did it. We did one just like that. Well, we'll do this. Okay, this is the last one. I'm going to pause it and try this one on your own real quick. Okay, you should have your answer. Let's give it a try. Here we go. So 6 times the number is, remember that is very important. It means equals. So 6 times the number, 6x, we'll say is the number. 16 less than. So we're going to take 16 away from something. What are we taking the away from? The square of the number. Okay, I'm going to minus 6x from both sides. X squared minus 6x minus 16. What two numbers multiply to be -16, add to be -8? That'd be -8 and +2. So the solution, find the positive one. Well, it's going to be an 8 and a -2. So my answer is 8. Cool. Hopefully you found this helpful. If not, I'm sorry. If you have more questions, let me know. I can do a couple more for you. See you guys.